Hey, welcome to a very special episode of Old Men Yell at Cloud. This is Patrick, and it's my birthday this month, so I'm doing a bonus pick because why the fuck not? I'm joined, as always, by Christopher.
Happy birthday!
And Jim.
Shut the fuck up, Patrick.
Yeah, shut the fuck up me, indeed. All right. Hey, and joining us tonight is a very special guest, very talented Boston keyboardist who actually just recently released a solo record called Egg. Eggs or Egg?
More than one.
Just eggs. Okay, well, it's excellent.
Nobody
Either
wants
way.
just one egg, Patrick.
Eggs plus.
All right. It's quite excellent to introduce
Nice.
our next guest, Pete Danilchuk.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Hey, no, thanks
guys.
for coming. Thanks for coming all the way out here.
Welcome to the basement.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah, it's an alright basement.
I like
Yeah.
this basement. It's a cool basement. There's a lot of cool
pretty
sci-fi
cool.
shit down here.
There's sci-fi stuff. There's some keyboards. There's a dead body. You know.
There's even a string that we're not allowed to pull for
Yeah.
some reason.
Christopher always talks about the string we're not allowed to pull, but he never really explained what it was.
I actually explained explicitly what
No,
it
I know, but no. I mean, now
He did.
So
you ruined it. You ruined
so
the suspense.
This is a visual gag here, and it's not really a gag so much as a please don't touch the string. But Peter, you'll notice behind you that string coming off of the water, the oil burner right there.
Oh my god, you weren't kidding about the string thing.
No, please don't touch that. Because I touched it with a paint roller once, and it broke, and it cost like $400 to repair it.
It's a kill switch.
Yeah,
in
so
case
it
there's a
doesn't light
fire
the
in
house
the
on fire.
basement.
It dumps hot oil onto
So
intruding
yeah,
guests.
I was literally painting the rafters up there with a roller, and I hit it with a roller. So obviously not hard. Like rollers by nature are cushioned.
They're pretty low on my list of hard things.
Yeah. So I hit it with a paint roller.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
the
you
thing
couldn't
snapped.
even like kill a baby with a paint roller. I mean,
I
they're
mean,
pretty soft.
I guess with determination
That's
you
how I
could
make
but-
the list.
So I want to be on the phone with that HVAC guy and be like, "Oh, what did you do? Oh, you broke the string? Broke the, that's going to be at least 10 grand right there."
No, actually, so I wasn't even home for it. I don't know if I was at practice or whatever, but basically the guy came and fixed it, and he was like super friendly and was telling Danielle, he's like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, no, this is a common thing, like happens all the time. It's not a big deal. I'll get it done for you in like no time whatsoever. I'll have it done in like 20 minutes." So she's like, "All right." So she goes back upstairs and watches Face Off. The makeup program,
Nick Cage movie?
The makeup program. I was clarifying, not the Face Waterfall Nick Cage movie, but the makeup program with Neville Page. And the guy comes up a minute later, hands her a receipt, and he's like, "All right, thank you, have a good day." And it was like $400. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
He's having a great day.
Yeah, so that's not a mistake I want to make again. So that's why we have the string warning.
How do I get into that business where I just fix people's strings for $400 a pop?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
Guys making, let's see, he did it in 20 minutes, so he's making what, fucking $1,200 an hour fixing strings in people's basements?
you are
That's
assuming that there are enough people in a small area where he can go like zip from house to house fixing strings.
Well, this is where
every
you,
day.
you start staging things. Like
I mean,
you start.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
a very
So-
specialized. Like,
so you
not
don't-
a
He
band.
You
handed
don't
out
just
paint
want to-
rollers to everyone in Central Wakefield.
You don't even want to be like the string make the string repairman. You want to be the string breaker.
It's a tag team.
Oh, there we go.
My name is Breaker String Man. I break them then fix them.
Oh,
One guy
man.
breaks into the basement, he breaks the string and gets out.
It takes him like barely any effort to do it.
That would be a cool like twin brother scenario where like there's an evil twin who like sneaks into the basement to break the string and then the other one fixes it. But they're actually enemies. Like they're not in cahoots. Like one just hates the strings and wants them gone, and the other one is just
Trying
like
to save the world one string at a time.
Exactly.
No, I want to hear more about the guy who has the fucking axe to grind with the strings. Like, that's a hell of a story.
Yeah, I mean it belongs in the MCU, but I don't think it's been established before now. So unfortunately, I don't think they're going to have room for it in the next Avengers.
Yeah.
I
so-
don't have a string on my oil tank, so
don't?
I guess my house is just going to burn down.
I
Well,
don't have a
I
string
mean,
either now that you mentioned
so
it.
Yeah.
so the string when the string is not there, my heat doesn't work. That's why I learned it was a problem.
We went stringless. I don't know, guys. It's the wave of the future. Going stringless.
You guys are string cutters.
Yeah. We had a string cutting party. It was very hip. We we were huge on Instagram for a while.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. We're all right. Yeah. So
Have you guys ever used Silly String?
Yes. Okay. Cool.
Patrick, continue.
Glad we covered that. The fact that we use Silly String.
You guys remember the time that Phil bought me 5 pounds of string cheese? All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. And it's still in your fridge or something because you're a gross man.
It's
All right,
true.
let's move on.
It's like congealed into a single pyramid of cheese.
Yeah, because I mean that was February 2017.
True,
so-
it's still there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It keeps. It's cheese. That's the point. It's milk that
From age.
preserved. It's good. I would eat it. If I were you, I would eat it.
Eat it tonight, all of it.
All 5 pounds of it.
I think I'm blind. Yeah, all right. So my pick for this birthday bonus episode.
Are you going to talk about
actually
the album?
the 9th studio album from Australian neo-psychedelic band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The name of this record is The Flying Microtonal Banana, released on February 24th, 2017. Actually, the first of 5 albums of theirs to be released in 2017.
So, that makes really good sense to me. I was telling Jim as we were leaving work and coming over here today. So, it was my birthday last week. And for my birthday, I wanted to do exactly 2 things. I wanted to go to a drive-in movie, which we did. And I wanted to go to Bull Moose Records. Bull Moose,
Yep.
sponsor us, please.
Hashtag Bull Moose.
Up in Salem, New Hampshire, to just grab a couple of records. And I looked through the selection there, and there were a couple things I got. So I didn't walk away empty-handed or unhappy, but at the same time, it wasn't like top picks that I found there. It wasn't like things that's like I've been itching to get for a while. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, like I really like Soundgarden's Down on the Upside, so I want that on vinyl. Like it was that kind of scenario. But they had like fucking 5 King Gizzard albums.
I bet
And I was
you,
going through it thinking about tonight, and I was like, what the fuck?
They've all been around since like 2013, I think, too, or 2009.
But the fact that you said that they had 5 albums in 2017, I probably thumbed through each of them, like on my way to the
probably did.
next album.
You probably did. It's very,
to the
very
next artist,
likely.
rather.
That's so funny.
Bet you that King Gizzard didn't have a string on his oil tank.
No, probably not. He actually has a lot of strings on his microtonal guitar, which I
Well-
was getting into.
Not all of us can have strings. But anyway, I digress. Plebes.
No Strings Attached. In Sync is the album we're covering today. No, we're covering the Microtonal Banana one by King Gizzard. So the album is subtitled Explorations into Microtonal Tuning Volume 1 due to the group's adaptation of custom-built guitars fitted with microtonal frets, where an octave is divided into 24 frets instead of 12. I don't know, any of you listeners out there listen to any like Eastern music or anything like that.
Yeah, like sitars are microtonal, right?
Yeah, and I mean a lot of actually different guitars that are used and different lutes that are actually used in like Turkey and like that sort of Ottoman era.
Yeah, Eastern Asia, Eastern Europe rather, and Western Asia tend to have a lot of that.
Yeah, and it was. These guys like Bach and who's he what's not who discovered that there are only 12 notes that we're allowed to listen to. And I don't know, Pete, what maybe you have like a more educated way to put that.
Is it because I'm wearing glasses you think I have something smart to say?
He's wearing glasses as well. Patrick also has glasses on.
I clearly need better glasses then.
I don't know, what's your prescription? No, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I thought it was pretty hip the way that they utilize all of these notes. Yeah, I think it was refreshing. And when did we?
Oh, after you.
Oh, thank you.
When did we stop doing that in Western Europe? Though, why did we stop doing
When
that?
people started playing it, I Love This Bar, Toby Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that was the moment, right?
I would say that it probably hasn't been around in Western Europe. Period. Like
No,
I-
not since since maybe the Roman.
Yeah, exactly. Like
The
I mean,
days of Roman
as soon
Empire,
as we're
maybe.
thinking like Dark Ages, that sort of thing, I don't think it was there.
Because they were using what was it, the like different Greek scales have elements of like they're tempered differently than the Western 12-tone scale. So there's probably elements of that that would carry it on to like whatever Roman folk music was happening.
So this is really entertaining. But I would like to talk to you guys since you probably know a little bit more about me, or a little bit more than me about the subject. Hopefully not about me. Wouldn't like Aeolian, like in Mixolydian, like isn't that coming from Greek or?
I think there's a scale that my friend Chris used to play all the time. It was like a Hungarian minor scale.
Oh, Hungarian minor is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like that
That was
scale.
a cool one.
That's a synthetic scale though.
Yeah.
That's one that's like synthetic scale is like technically not a real like derivation of the normal 12-tone scale as we know it, or the 8-tone or.
It's one of them designer scales you get on the street.
Yeah, exactly. That's more or less the way the teachers talk about it, but it's a really fun scale to play in.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
They're like, now don't touch the scale.
It's like I think they call it the gypsy scale too.
Yeah.
I think it's got a
Can you
Yeah.
say that?
gypsy scale.
Well,
think it's a
Romani
bad word.
scale.
What are the characteristics of a Hungarian scale?
I honestly don't know off the top of my head because, like, in terms of theory, I'm someone who could play something and show you and be like, oh, yeah. So this
Yeah.
one is like 1 fret higher. And then, like, I could show you all that. But, like,
Yeah.
in terms of theory, I'm like, in terms of, like, giving you half and wholes and all that stuff.
Don't
it's
give
a
me
little-
any holes. I've seen it in a couple books here and there, a couple books. But specifically, I have like this one book of all Mahavishnu orchestra music, and they put all these synthetic scales in the first page of it.
All right, cool. Let's go around the horn and talk about our favorite songs. Pete, what was your favorite track off this record?
You know, at the risk of sounding a little tainted, because I just saw these guys play last week.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was the only one out of the four of us that saw them last week.
I wanted to see him.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Had you guys seen them live before?
No,
No,
I never
no.
really listened until
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
the only one.
Yeah. Well, you know, there was the one song, I think it was the one about Billabong Canyon. Is that what it was called?
Billabong Valley.
Outlaws on the run, faster than a stolen gun. Died naked to the trees, killed so gruesomely. Burning tents to the ground, cops won't wave them down. The most wanted men, bush rangers raining in.
Billabong Valley.
That was the one that the keyboard player sang on, and he has a really weird voice, like a really high-pitched voice.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
a dude.
Oh, I thought that
Yeah.
was a chick.
Yeah, so live, you know,
That's awesome.
so yeah, they were the two drummers and the bassist in the middle, and the three guitar players and the keyboardist, and they were all doing backup vocals. But then the keyboard player sang on that one song, and his voice is like really intense. That really cool. It's like, I guess these Australian guys have this cool thing where they still have their whole cowboy mindset and their own unique kind of like desert thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
well,
don't-
so I actually had a note about that song where I wrote it was like Middle Eastern, but like kind of like Western at the same time. Like it had like
Yeah.
a Southwest kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
it was sort of encapsulating like two different desert biomes in
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
in one song. I didn't even think of that.
or
That's
like,
kind of cool.
Like three, because I'm sure that they're taking things from their own unique Australian kind of feel too.
oh yeah,
The Outback. Well, that was not Australian at all.
Die out back, said Forrest Gump.
I like the Outback, Jedi.
That's
Outback
incredible though.
Steakhouse.
I was gonna say.
That's incredible that's a man though, because it makes me think of one of the first things I thought of, because I first thought it might have been a guy, and I was thinking like maybe this is like their Horace Andy that Massive Attack has that sings Angel. So Massive Attack song Angel, I always thought was a woman for the longest time, but it's this dude Horace Andy who's like a well-known Central American singer, and I didn't know him at all going into
Interesting.
it. And yeah, I think it's the same sort of thing where there's just it's a certain tonality to the voice, but it's super cool.
Yeah, that really like pinched kind of sound.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, double tracking it doesn't really help either.
No.
It just makes it sound more trippy. And I mean, I'm sure you guys might have noted this too, but like so many of these guys' songs is like they must have just written the vocal melody on the guitar and just saying
Yes.
what the guitar is doing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that
It's
was
a
actually yeah. I'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, we can get back to that. That's cool.
All right, cool. Jim, what was your favorite?
My favorite was Doom City. because I like how this kind of had a breakdown to it.
What track was that?
That was track 7.
Yeah,
It's the one, after Anoxia.
yeah,
Yeah, that was the one where that was the backing vocal, like before the vocals came in full on. It was
yeah.
yeah.
No, I like that one. I like the breakdowny kind of thing, and it had what the hell was that instrument that they were playing in that? It sounded like bagpipes, or it was some kind of Middle Eastern thing, or was it the harmonica? Was it the microtonal harmonica?
It could have been the harmonica.
They had a microtonal harmonica, and they also had a Middle Eastern instrument going on this too.
Yeah, I think
I wikied pretty hard
A
during this
Zerna.
listen.
Zerna.
So
is the name of it, I think.
It's like a double reed. It's like a bagpipe without the bag, right? Basically,
Yeah.
like a bomb, like a bombard. If anyone's familiar with like Breton music,
Gotcha.
Celtic music.
Is it like a Sully Zerna?
A Sully Zerna.
I'd be here all as a week.
Oh, just add Z's wherever. Zip-zap-zoo. Yeah, Doom City's pretty cool. And something I just kind of made note of tonight, that like opening 3-note riff, they're all like, they're 3 notes, but they're all like equally away from each other. Tonality wise, it's like a note and a quarter each or something. I don't know. Who cares? Sorry.
There was math involved.
That was
Yeah.
that was the big heavy riff.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a sweet riff.
Yep.
All right, Christopher.
For me, so this is surprising for me because I actually giggled for the opening for it, but Nuclear Fusion.
Nice.
Yeah, the opening vocal, it was just ridiculous. But then it followed with this insane amount of pocket, which I did not expect on this album. After that, it was basically like, so no disrespect meant to the rhythm section of this band, but it was basically like they had the rhythm section for soul coughing for this song. So it was like Yuval Gabay playing drums and Sebastian Steinberg playing bass. And it was like the most rock solid rhythm section that the 1990s had to offer. And King Gizzard was surfing on top of that, just doing their thing. And it was a delight.
Yeah, there's a cool section in there where the drummers are each trading off hi-hats, and it's really fucking
Did
cool.
not notice that there were 2 drummers doing that, but that is awesome.
Yeah, because
hard to
one
hear
drummer's
it,
going,
yeah.
and the other one's going, doing the offbeats.
Did they hard pan the kits? Like,
Yep.
was there a way? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they hard pan the kits, and then one of them didn't use a bass drum, so. Yeah, so that's.
So
how
was
they were
he
able to
doing
get
it like
to
Joy
not
Division
phase.
style? Like instead of like actually like hitting his kick pedal, like he like used a stick to hit his knee or something?
Yep,
That's amazing.
That's exactly what he did.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How about you, Doug?
Oh, me the dog. My favorite track. I was gonna go with
Wolf.
Open Water, but then I ended up going with Sleep Drifter.
Drifting out of sleep. It's my favorite state to be. I can see you next to me, and it is lovely. Sleep drifter,
Because it's a little more concise. I noticed that the longer tracks kind of take over the first half, and then the other
Yeah.
side is a little more.
I liked Sleep Drifter too. That was almost my favorite, just because
Same.
I liked how there was like a chord progression to it.
Yeah, there's
and there
it's
were
a really
parts to
nice
it.
vocal melody and like yeah, just really nice production on the
Yeah.
vocals. It's kind of like dreamy and psychedelic, but also has this sort of the Middle Eastern microtonal vibe, but it's also kind of catchy.
Yeah, it didn't fall into the same thing like where there was the long
The
bass
guitar.
drone.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the guitar melody thing because
over like a boom 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 in the bass and the other guitar.
Yeah.
Which they do that well. And
Yeah.
like live too, it really translated. Like it was pretty heavy and it really sucked you in when you were watching it. Like their groove live is super tight.
So,
Yeah.
so they had like a solid instrumentation though live. So it was like 3 guitar players,
Three
keyboard
guitars.
bassists, and 2 drummers.
Yeah, 3 guitars, bass, 2 drummers, and the keyboard.
I was just curious because like the liner notes are kind of all over the place where like
know.
everyone's switching up and doing everything. So I didn't know if they were doing that live or.
Yeah, at one point the lead singer and guitar guy traded with the keyboard guy.
Oh, okay.
So that guy played guitar.
Gotcha.
It was also cool that they used the exact same guitar that's on the record. You know, like the one with the whatever you call that design.
Yeah, the little microtonal banana design.
Yeah.
So
It's actually on the back of the album sleeve too.
As a point of curiosity, as someone who is until today wholly unfamiliar with this band, did they like modify all of their gear so that this is their commitment going forward? They are doing this, or is it just like certain instruments?
Yeah, I think it's like
They
certain
switched
instruments, right?
Oh,
during
okay.
the show.
Okay, so like the other 4 albums they did during the year are not all microtonal.
So how are they getting the microtonal? Is it extra strings or is it extra frets?
It's extra frets.
Extra frets.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they actually carried like guitars like that at Guitar Center within the last 10 to 15 years. At one point, I thought about getting one because it was so cheap and it was like from some weird brand. It wasn't like
Yeah.
Rogue, but it was like maybe half a notch up from Rogue.
Yeah.
And yeah, I almost got one at one point and then they stopped carrying it. So fuck Guitar
Interesting.
Center, and that's why you're closing.
That's crazy because I feel like the microtonal
Shots
thing's kind
fired.
of coming in vogue like within the past couple of years, not
Yeah, I
10
heard-
years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've
hearing it a
heard of
lot
other
more now.
bands playing it.
Yeah. Another band I'll mention later, Horse Lords, is another like kind of neo krautrock band that uses microtonal guitar, and that I think they have
Yeah.
a sax player too.
That's Andrew. He's a great sax player.
Oh, really? You know him?
From my college, he's a couple years older than me, but we took classes together.
Oh, no shit.
But I'm not nearly as cool as he is. He had a mustache when we were like 22. I mean, I was like 19.
That is the litmus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did
22.
Zappa ever do any microtonal stuff?
I'm not familiar enough with this catalog.
Same.
Yeah.
All I know about Zappa is that he referred to classical music as color by numbers. So I wouldn't be surprised if he dabbled, but I don't know to what extent.
Yeah, I think he was more into like the 12-tone
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Like the Schoenberg sort of.
Yeah, like that's kind of where like Western music kind of like got weird.
Yeah,
in the
Western music
20th
is like,
century.
oh, hey, we have 12 notes. Check
Yeah.
us out.
We're gonna go.
We're going to
Phrygian.
play them in a certain order. Because that's what Schoenberg did. He played them on a fucking order. That was his rule. It was so weird.
Yeah, I don't get
It's like
it.
he broke the rules to make a weird, rigid rule. Anyway,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
he just made it up.
Sorry that that's really bothering me for some reason right now. I like Sleep Drifter too. Where are we?
Patrick just did his favorite.
Yeah, so least.
So yeah, I think we're going back around the Hornsky now, the Bruce Hornsby, onto Pete. What was your least favorite?
What was that song that was track 1 of side 2?
Sleep Drifter.
Sleep Drifter.
Sleep Drifter.
That was my least favorite song.
Oh.
It just didn't draw me in. The other ones had more interesting stuff happening.
Sure.
Fair
And
enough.
I know that we have a topic later on where we talk about like our most favorite thing about the album, but I'm going to spoil mine and say that it wasn't the bagpipes. What was that thing called again?
Zerna. I think.
Sully
Yeah.
Zerna.
The Zerna.
Sully Zerna.
See,
Yeah.
whatever those things came in, it was just awesome. Every single
Mm-hmm.
time I heard that, and the other songs had more of it, and this one didn't have as much of it. I didn't like
Fair
it as
enough.
much.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Jim.
My least favorite was Open Water. I feel like it was way too fucking long, and it just dragged on, and yeah, I don't know. Although it did open with some slammy drums, I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I actually really dig that track, and I agree that I think it could have been cut down by like it could have been cut down to like 5 minutes, and it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe a couple more ideas, but like there is sort of a relentlessness to it that I really enjoy, and I like. There's a part where like the chord resolves, but it's a quarter step sharp or flat. I can't really tell, but it resolves really cool. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, fuck you.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't not like it. It just was my least favorite, Patrick.
No,
Jesus Christ.
I got you.
God, you fucking tyrant over here.
It's my birthday. I'll cry if I want to.
Birthday boy, banana, bonanza, bonanza, banana.
It's a birthday
That
boy
is what they
banana
call it.
So the birthday boy banana.
Bonanza, banana.
Shit.
Banana, banana.
Okay, cool. Now that we've said that, I will remember that. That's going to be the title of the episode. I've already called it right now. Glad we.
It's got a good swing to it. Banana, bonanza. I fucked it up. Banana.
No, it does. When you get it, it does. Banana.
You're trying to
Plantain.
like paradiddle with the banana and the bonanza.
Yeah, it's like a good vocal warm up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do a play in high school, and I'm gonna say this first.
Banana, nana, banana.
Can one of you guys get me back into high school so I can get in
I
a
was
play?
going to say, just walk down to Wakefield High School, be like, I'd like to audition for your play. And then just start going banana, bonanza.
Hello, police.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a lot of fun until I get let off by the cops.
Jesus. Christopher, what was your least favorite?
All right, so I want to preface this with a little bit of a confession. When Jim and I were listening to this album on the drive up here, I was not impressed. I was listening to it and I was thinking, oh my God, this is another fucking lo-fi garagey album that Patrick is making us listen to. And because I was thinking of Unknown Mortal Orchestra and drawing on those comparisons. But when I gave it the second listen, I actually liked it significantly more. So when I say that this is my least favorite, this is exactly that. It's my least favorite. I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around. But Anoxia, I think, would probably have to fit that bill.
I don't care, take a chance. You said, Mom, the coins in your pants, it made no sound for me, my friend. Becoming the wind, tearing
Interesting.
My only note for that was slamming.
Oh, that
So
was a slam.
It slams. Don't get me wrong, but I think that on this album, with the mission statement that they had, I felt like this was the most cheating, where it felt the most Western. It felt like they were really like just going for those blues riffs and being bluesmen, and like. Yeah, I mean, they might have been hitting the
blues man.
I'm blues man. Yeah, they might have been hitting like those microtonal things, but it was in a way that, like, you could have bent the note to get there, dude, and it would have been the same. Like,
They were cheating a bit. Yeah, I totally get that. That's so funny. 'Cause
it was the book report where they kept adding words.
Yeah. I like that
How do
song.
I
It's super
spice
catchy.
this book, this 5 paragraph essay up? How do I spice it up?
All right, I'm gonna add. The toast was incredibly hot, and it was also dry, and I put butter on it before I decided to eat the toast. Yeah, no, that's kind of the musical equivalent of, I think.
That was great. I'd give you an A for
You know,
that.
I was thinking
Thank you.
about that, like how I dreaded writing 5 paragraph. I can't even
You can't
fucking
even
say
fucking
it.
say
Can't even say a sentence.
5 paragraph essays in school.
I
and
understand
now
your hesitation.
fucking write them like every goddamn day in emails. It's insane.
Aren't you glad you went through that, though, in school?
No,
It's that you built so much character.
So,
no.
in conclusion, I found that there are many contrasts.
I did
and
a 5
comparisons for these
paragraph essay on plane crashes one time, and it pissed the teacher off.
So I might be the oldest person here. I'm not sure of your age exactly. What year you graduate high school?
I am 30.
I'm the oldest person here. So my year was the last year where MCAS didn't count.
Oh,
Oh, right. Because mine was the first class where it did count.
All right.
mine I guess mine counted.
Yours would have been. Yeah, I graduated in 03.
No, 01 counted.
Oh, one counted?
01 counted. Yeah, I graduated in 2000.
Oh.
Yeah, so
2005.
06.
yeah, look at these youngins.
You're the young folk on this side of the table.
Yeah, awesome. We all graduated high school.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, whatever. But my point is, since it didn't matter, there was this exercise in MCAS where, in the English part, they're like, given contextual clues, please determine how this story will end and write your own ending to it. And it was talking about, like, there were like 2 paragraphs, and it left the rest of the page for you to finish. And it was like starting this story talking about this old woman who lived by herself, and like she occasionally knitted and like had a cat or something. And like there were 2 paragraphs, and that's basically all they gave you. And they're like, use contextual clues to complete this story. So I was like, I don't care. She solved mysteries like the Hardy Boys. Like, that's how I finished that story.
I want to know who the poor bastard was who had to sit there and read all that shit. Read all these like middle school. Like, wait, you did it in middle school, right?
No, that was senior. No, oh no, wait.
Because I had to do mine.
Oh
in
no,
middle school.
that adds up. That adds up because I did it freshman year. So
Yeah.
so that tracks. You would have done it 2003.
Or did I do it in high school? I don't fucking know. Who gives a shit?
No, I did it freshman year, and
Stupid
I did not
MCAS.
care. But yeah, no, you did it in middle school too. I think it was like 8th grade.
I think I did it in 8th grade or something. It might have been
I had to
freshman
do
year.
it in 4th grade too. It was
it was like
terrible.
4th grade, 8th grade, maybe sophomore
It
year.
was horrendous.
Yeah,
I just remember doing-
I did it 8th grade and sophomore year, and that
Yeah,
was it.
that sounds right.
I just remember doing the SATs and being
All right,
like,
so I'm not like
being like,
10 years old.
why the fuck am I doing this? I'm going to like Berkeley School of Music. I didn't do these fucking SATs. And my dad's like, no, you got to do the SATs so you get into good school. I'm like, I want to go to good school. And then
I don't want to go to good school. I want to go to Berkeley.
Good night, everybody.
We have fun here.
But I did the SATs and my dad was pissed at my score, so he made me do it again. And I got the exact same score the second time.
Oh, man.
You couldn't even have done worse.
No, I tried though. I'm just stupid. I don't know.
Not
So you
stupid
tried
enough.
one time, and you didn't try the other time, and you got the same exact result.
Pretty much.
So, like, why try
Yeah.
ever?
It turned out all right, I think. I don't know. Maybe.
My least favorite was Rattlesnake.
Whoa.
Yeah,
They closed with that.
they did, and it's not. Again, it's not a bad song. I just, I think starting an album with a nearly 8-minute song that's like that repetitive isn't the greatest idea. I think.
Yeah,
it's
talk
a
to
little
this
too
guy who
much to take in.
fucking likes Lateralus.
Yeah, but that's not like the first track on. Well, I guess The Grudge is like 8 minutes long.
I could never.
Yeah,
I
so-
could never get through The Grudge, honestly, until I was like 10 years older than when I first heard it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It took me until I was 15 until I could get through The Grudge.
I mean, it asks a lot of you. It certainly does. And I feel like Rattlesnake kind of does the same thing.
You don't like that album, Christopher?
I think it's an all right album.
Okay.
I don't think it's their best.
It's not my favorite Tool album.
Oh, no. Me neither.
Guys, stop fighting.
What I liked about Rattlesnake was that you can tell. I don't know what order they wrote these songs, but it kind of feels like they're in all of these songs. They're like discovering what these guitars are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that happening.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't even think it's my second favorite Tool album.
So, yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you, Peter, 100%. I feel like this was the first song because the bass was like pretty rooty, but the guitars were a little more experimental.
And they were walking up their minor scale.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're
exactly.
flat two and they're
I think
sharp
I'm going
four, yeah.
Anima, and then Undertow, then Lateralis.
Yeah, I'd follow that train.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
carry on.
sorry, Pete. I totally get what you're saying there. And
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so for the first few songs, exactly what you hinted at before is what I was thinking is that a lot of the vocal melodies kind of copped out the way I think I personally do on vocal melodies for scales where I'm not comfortable. I'll sit there and play an instrument to come up with the melodies, and then I'll sing to it later and realize, oh wait, this sounds fucking weird on a human voice.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of that going on this album.
I would have to agree. Yeah. And I think probably a lot of that comes from the sort of jamming, improvisational natures of the songs, I think.
Yeah, and they're getting used to weird keys, which you can't fault someone for doing that.
Yeah,
Are all these
exactly.
songs in the same key though?
Probably.
similar.
I
I think
were
they,
all-
they
I mean-
tuned down a half step at one point.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, they're all 24 tone, right? So-
But like they're all pretty tonal though too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
fair
they're all
enough.
rooted to like G or F sharp.
Oh, really? Are they?
I think so.
I didn't notice that.
I felt like almost every song was in the same key, whatever that key was.
They found a key and they stuck
didn't-
with it.
Pull out my phone and try to, bless you, find the
Thank you.
key, but it definitely felt like at least a couple of the songs in a row were all rooted in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, a bunch of them were in F sharp, and I'm wondering if like were they like capoing the guitars? Were they using like a weird tuning?
I didn't see any capos.
Yeah,
They were using black magic on those guitars.
it's
Tight,
true.
dude.
I mean, that sounds scientifically feasible. Nuclear Fusion and Flying Microtonal Banana in particular, to me, sounded like kind of a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could have been in the same key outright.
They were, indeed, yeah, in one of those F sharp or G. Yeah. Shit, what was I getting at? What do we do now?
MVP.
We're at the MVP stage.
Oh yeah.
VVV. All right. Well,
Invip.
Peter, what is your MVP moment?
It was just whenever those reeds came in.
Oh, that's right.
It was so sick.
Yeah, the
It was-
Zernas.
So
They were
Yeah.
pretty good.
It
We-
was the coolest
We have to
thing.
pause for a second because I just pulled up open Facebook real quick, and the first thing that pops in my face is Patrick posting, "Feels like I walked directly into Santana featuring Rog Thomas's ass cheeks outside today." Continue.
Pete, continue.
What was I saying?
You're talking about the Zernas. They're totally rad.
They're rad. Every time they came in on the song, it just elevated the song. It
Yeah.
was just so sick. I mean, that's kind of what those things were made to do anyway. It was like instill fear in enemies and,
Yeah.
and pride in your allies.
So I think that was like the moment in Anoxia that where the Zernas came in, where it was definitely the least Western sounding. I think that was like definitely one of the better moments of that song was when those fucking Zernas kick in.
Yeah, it was
Just
really
start shrieking over it like a banshee.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
it was really fucking epic, and it was. I looked forward to every time it came in.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were talking about me coming on to do this show like over a month ago, and I
Yeah.
on purpose kind of like didn't listen to the album since way back since like February or something, just to let it kind of marinate. And I forgot about how much I like those Zernas every time they came in.
Yeah, they are a delight every time. Jim. you got
My
an
MVP moment.
MVP moment.
My MVP moment. I'm going to call that from now on. My MVP moment was the 7/8 in Microtonal Flying Banana. I love me some 7/8.
Yeah, listen to Mr. Drummer Man talking time talk.
That's right.
Just for you,
Because I don't
baby.
understand anything else the fuck you're talking about, so I gotta grasp at something.
You should listen to other albums of theirs because did you read the liner notes?
No.
What they said was that they kind of dumbed down the rhythms to make the tonal thing more pronounced.
Oh, really?
But their other stuff, like their other, like especially the other 5 albums from this past year, all over the place.
Yeah.
You love the grooves. and all the
Polygood
other stuff.
Wonderland, actually, I thought about doing
That's my
on this
favorite
show
one.
too. That's a good one. That's very proggy.
That's
very,
that's my top one of last year's glut of King Gizzard albums.
Yeah, I mean, I always give these guys shit because I'm just like the drummer guy, and they're always like, I wrote these cool chord progressions, and I'm like all jealous because I don't know how to write cool chord progressions.
We'll learn. It's never too late.
I'm trying, but you keep shitting on me.
You got an organ
When have
now.
I ever?
I know, I'm just kidding.
Start fiddling around on your organ.
That's right.
I gave you an organ.
Yeah, I only touch it when I'm drunk,
it.
though.
I mean, you should touch it more often. Why don't you touch my organ more often?
Touch my organs.
The first thing
Do
you
you
touch
guys
in the
get it?
morning and the last thing you touch at night.
Yeah, just Put your fingers on it and see what happens.
Do you guys get it? He means penis.
I
Christopher.
was talking about my electric
Penis.
organ,
Electric
the
penis.
musical instrument.
Musical penis.
Oh yeah, and then those bagpipe things came in again on that song.
They did.
Welcome back to the conversation. I would say the breakdown Sleep Drifter background vocals, or weed vocals, I liked a lot.
Sleep drifter, sleep drifter. Sleep drifter, sleep drifter. Sleep drifter, sleep drifter. Sleep drifter, sleep drifter.
So like after everything died down and it started coming back in with that Sleep Drifter vocal melody, I just dug that a lot because I thought the song was done and it started coming back and I was like, you guys didn't have to do this. Like you really didn't have to do this. And then that vocal melody came in and I'm like, you guys had to do this.
Yeah, they did it.
I have a
They
grin on
pulled
my
it off. It
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
off.
Yeah, no, there was payoff there. There were a lot of little moments like this on the album, but that was probably the one that I have to point out the most.
Yeah. I would say I had a couple MVP moments. One was I mentioned before where the two drummers in Nuclear Fusion start trading hi-hats. That's pretty fucking sick. And in the B sections of Open Water, I had noted that one of the chord resolutions kind of lands on a quarter tone sharp or flat or whatever. It's fucking awesome. I don't know.
Out of tune from the vocal, you're saying?
No, just like out of tune with like whatever Western scale I was kind of anticipating in my head. what the
Yeah, there was
chords
a
would
lot
be.
of weird resolution happening in this album, which was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
Open Water had the coolest part where he was just saying open water, and on the word open, it was like the the guitar and the vocal. Like he sang the.
You could just visualize the auto-tune going up and down as he was singing
Yeah,
it.
it was
yeah.
a really cool sound. And the first time they did it, I was hoping they'd do it again, and it happened like 8 more times. Like yes, I look forward to it every time, and they gave it to you every time.
They certainly do.
Thanks,
Many
boys.
times. Cool. Well, hey, why don't we rate this? Why don't we
Well,
rate it?
Let's compare.
Oh, we're
first.
gonna compare. We're gonna compare and contrast. Thank you.
Let's compare this album.
Oh, thanks, Christopher. Yeah, Pete. You have like a comparable album to this that you could share with us?
I don't have a comparable album, but I think every song that they wrote sounds like an extended version of Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you a question here. Could you please explain yourself?
Yeah.
Touch his organ and explain yourself.
I mean that in a good way because I like that song.
Nattleboro. No, I don't disagree. I love that song. That's a fantastic song, but please explain your...
Well, it has like the hippie Eastern experimentalist kind of feel,
Sure.
and it's driving, and it makes you want to just like stand up in a weird carpeted room and wig out with a bunch of flowy clothing on,
Yeah.
which I don't do nearly enough.
Yeah,
you know, this music takes it out of me.
throwing flowers everywhere and jerking off in an old phone booth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only doing that like twice a week these days, and that's not enough.
All the phone booths are new now. It's hard.
you got it down to twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
The courts are really coming down hard on me.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
quartz. You should do it a couple fewer times than twice.
Speaking of court, I was listening back to our episode where we did what did we do?
Wait, which
Oh,
one?
Patrick's episode. The
Remaining Late?
Remaining Late.
Yeah.
And Christopher talking about eating hot dogs. in the run. And I couldn't stop thinking about Christopher running across like a busy street like Frogger, just like fucking shoving hot dogs in his face.
Oh yeah. So
Were you in a phone booth when you were thinking about this?
So
I
Peter,
was.
Peter, to catch you up, what happened was I was serving on a jury, and I was serving at Salem Courthouse, and I went across the street to a wonderful hot dog restaurant that is still there.
What's it called? Tell me.
Boston Hot Dog Company, I think. It's
Sick.
right across the street. It's like in the area of like Kodo and all that.
This
It's
is
like in
Salem,
that
Mass,
same-
right?
Oh yeah.
Put it on
So
the list. Good.
it was like
Great.
very close to the courthouse. It's like I went literally across the street to go get my hot dog and fries, and I started eating it. And then I saw the defendant come in with his family, so I was like, "Fuck, this is breaking a lot of laws." So I just like grabbed my like hoard of disgusting, bad for me food and started running across the street eating it. And that's what he's referring to over there. Yeah, laugh it up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you're
It's the
wearing
simple
like a
things in
like
life.
a like a big coat, like a flowy coat.
So that day I was conservatively dressed. The day
he's got
before,
mustard
when
all
I
over
tried to
his
get
shirt.
out of jury duty, I was unwashed, wearing bright blue sweatpants and a yellow shirt, and I carried a copy of The Fountainhead on my person, and I got picked.
You can't carry that book in there. They'll pick you when you have it.
Apparently, lesson learned.
You have to have like a DVD of V for Vendetta.
What would happen if you went into a jury and like they were just asking you questions and you just like, you know, to decide if they wanted to pick you, and anytime they asked you anything, you just went.
Believe me, I thought
No,
about doing that.
that won't work.
No?
Honestly, to be clear, at this point, I would like to serve again. Like, it was,
You know, honestly,
it's a cool process
I was
as long
gonna
as it's
say,
not like a huge long trial. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it.
I've always
Like,
been interested in like what happens because I've never been inside a courtroom.
yeah. I mean, having seen
All I know
how
about
the
court is
sausage
Judge
is made.
Judy, so I mean,
Yeah, like having seen how the actual legal sausage is made, like it's not bad. I served on that one trial and it was actually a cool experience. Like I'm glad I did. I would do it again, and yeah.
You're a real American. Thank you for doing your duty.
Thank you. I am a hero.
Helping to make that legal sausage.
Jim, you had a comparable album for us?
I don't have a comparable album per se, but I mentioned Zappa earlier, and this kind of reminded me a lot of Zappa.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say Frank Zappa. And I did actually confirm on Touch Me there, he did experiment a little bit with some microtonal stuff. Yeah, that's funny, huh?
Sure is.
Christopher.
Sonically, this reminded me a lot of a band that John Green got me into forever ago called LMO Racetrack. And they were a Nordic band, I believe. And they had an album called Black Cat John Brown. And that album was a really fun listen of weird garagey pop tunes. And it just sonically feels right at home with this, even though it's a little bit more Western.
Yeah. So my comparable album was Horse Lords Interventions from 2016. They're just another band, where are they from? I think they're from
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they fuck around with microtones, and they do a lot of songs in F sharp, I noticed. And but no, it's a really fucking cool
The
album.
Devil's Key.
It is. I love F sharp, major or minor. It's good shit.
Is it really the devil's key?
No, but that would be a really fun thing to respond to someone anytime they say F sharp minor. It's the Devil's Key.
I think someone said that though. I think there's some truth behind that.
I mean, I did like 90 seconds ago.
Well,
Did you miss
someone
that?
besides you?
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't have wanted to play that before we had equal temperament, because it would have been a really out of tune scale.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was,
it could have been.
you
Oh,
know,
interesting. Interesting.
well, it's like that whole thing about the tritone being the devil in music. It wasn't that it was like the devil in music. It was that this thing's a pain in the ass. Like, don't use it. It's like it's like a little devil. Like, don't go to that interval.
It's one of those things that got slightly exaggerated over time.
And then you get people like, oh yeah, like it's so heavy metal. We just use all tritones. Like, you just sound terrible. You just sound like a fucking dope.
I'm James Hetfield, and I have some things to say musically. Thus spoke Sir Ruth.
And that's Justice for All, everyone.
Yeah. Classic album.
Classic. Yeah, no bass though. They didn't.
Yeah, they mixed the bass right out of that one.
They did. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was funny. That was silly. Those guys messing around. Yeah. So let's rate this thing now that it's that we've done all the other things. Right? Are there any more things we have to do,
I think
Christopher?
we did the things.
Yeah, we're in business.
Oh, he's got the calculator out. All right. What do you give this, Pete?
You got a calculator? Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't have to know how to give it a number. I thought I was going to rate it on like an abstract scale.
Oh no, we're doing integers, 1 to 10.
No decimals.
No decimals. We're not pitchforking this.
And we're not doing like 10 pine cones.
Oh, that's.
I mean,
cute.
if you give me a pine cone, I'm going to assign it to just a number.
Okay. What if my pine cone exchange rate is a little bit different? What if it's like 4.5 pine cones?
I don't recognize your pine cones.
1 star. Well, you
This
invited me on
exchange
your
rate.
show, okay? You got to fall in line. All right. Well, it's hard to rate this one not thinking about all the other albums from last year. Like I'm sure everyone's doing of this band's albums.
Yeah,
from
all
last
5
year.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to all 5 of them as they came out last year, and then I enjoyed all of them in different ways, and they're all really cool, and they're all really weird. And this one might be my least favorite out of all of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the nature of it as being this experimental idea of like, well, we have these weird tones that we're gonna try to play with. I don't think the songs pop as much as some of my favorite songs. Not one of my favorite moments from last year's albums is on this one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they incorporate the microtonal guitars and 1 or 2 tracks per album. I think in like the future releases too. So it's like a little more palatable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is cool that this was the first one.
Yeah.
And it was really cool that they just went whole hog in doing this.
Oh my God, he said whole hog.
100% hog.
Do you have like a bell that you ring when someone says whole hog?
Yeah, we get the whole hog bell.
Not really.
just a,
No, we had a
an
discussion
improvement for
about
next time.
we had a discussion about whole hog one episode.
A very special hog.
Jim's voice is getting thick with fatigue.
Yeah.
So, to give it a number, I would say 6
Okay.
because it's still really good, but not as good as the other ones that I like better.
Gotcha. Jim, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna give it a 7. I listened to this today when I was at work, and I was like, all right, yeah, I can get behind this. And then Christopher and I kind of listened to it in passing as we were driving here this afternoon, and then on the third listen, I kind of really dug it, and I'm gonna check out some other stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely check out some of their other records. Some good stuff.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I wasn't giving this necessarily the most fair of shakes earlier, because I was angry and hungry, and we were in traffic.
He was with me.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible. He's all cranky.
Yeah, but then I had a quesadilla, and I had a couple drinks, and when we listened to it together, I enjoyed it a lot more. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I dug it this time. I don't know if I'm gonna go out and buy it tomorrow, but it's something I will definitely listen to again.
Yeah, and again, I'll definitely recommend some other albums for you guys to check out from there. 'Cause they have fucking like 20 of them at this point. I don't even know.
I mean, there were 5 last year, so we can only assume that there's like fucking 10 more at Bull Moose's racks right now.
Oh yeah,
One of them came out on December 31st too.
yeah,
I thought
Gumboot
it-
Soup.
I
Yeah,
thought it was done, and then that day I was just browsing through my old Spotify. I was like, "Holy shit!
Yeah,
there's
and
another
they
one."
dropped one
And
more.
when I was at Bull Moose on Saturday, some Australian guy
Hashtag
handed
Bull
me a
Moose.
record and told me to buy it.
They just dropped it right in your lap.
What do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 7, a strong 7, but a 7 nonetheless. I'm really glad, but this was the album that actually introduced me to the band, and I'm glad I checked them out. I'm glad that these guys made a record fucking around with microtones.
Oh, yeah,
It's something that I've been like really into for a while, and it was like kind of cool to like see these other guys kind of on the same wavelength. Yeah, and it's just it's a cool, unique, weird little album. that serves a very specific purpose. And like for you, Christopher, you had your your quesadilla and a couple drinks. It's definitely something that like it's not something that you throw on when you're at the gym. It's something that like you smoke a J and or you eat a quesadilla, or it's for a very specific experience, and for that I commend it and give it 7 pine cones.
All right, and there we have
7
it.
American pine cones.
American pine cones.
We're not exchanging shit.
That's like a 32 going by the exchange rate.
And it's dropping fast.
Peter, you got anything you want to plug?
Dude,
You didn't give us the overall.
yeah, what's our-
6.75, right?
Why do I have to do it if you know the number?
Because I wanted to hear it come out of your mouth.
6.75. It is a D student.
D student.
Yeah.
It still
Which is why,
passes.
I don't think that rating system works for our schools.
Yeah, I mean,
If you know half the material, move on.
most
You're not going to use any of it anyway. I've never used the Pythagorean theorem ever. Wait a minute. Did I say that right?
Plus or minus the square root of, I don't remember the rest.
A squared plus B squared. Okay, we keep cutting off poor Pete. Pete, what do you got cooking?
I'm
Welcome
having
to the
a
show, Pete.
Great time. I'm always remembering that class that I took that I just got to draw all the time. I think it was called algebra.
And it was called tonight when I saw you drawing a lot tonight while you were
You
listening.
draw it during the podcast.
I'd like
It's
to.
great.
I'd like to plug my upcoming drawing that I drew during this album. It's just a vase with wings shitting out a bunch of entrails. It'll be available on my Spotify and my Bandcamp and my Grindr page. And my band Schooltree is playing on August 1st at the Middle East upstairs.
Oh, nice.
And we've been doing like the art rock thing. We have a double album that's out, Heterotopia, and that whole thing is all about this big old story that our lead singer wrote, and that we've been extrapolating ever since, unpacking ever since. And at that show, we've got that's a Wednesday night, which is the hottest night for live music in Boston. And we've got we're playing with Geff.
Oh, nice.
Who has,
I played with them before. They're good,
Yeah.
good guys.
Yep, the double Chapman Sticks band.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they're nasty. They're
Yeah.
Very good.
I haven't gotten to see you guys yet, and I've been wanting to for a long time, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
would probably be a good excuse.
well, August 1st.
Yeah, the
August
double
1st.
album thing is very intriguing.
Yeah, that's on
it's
Spotify
a
and
good
everything,
album.
too.
Yeah, no, I have the album. It's good.
Cool. Well, I'm glad
verify.
you like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I think there's something in it for every range of like rock listener into like more theatrical and
I think that's a very good assessment. Very much something for everybody. But yeah, no, it's super enjoyable. I liked it a lot.
it's cool. I'm glad to hear that from you because I know you're a very discerning listener.
I'm an asshole. You can just say it that way.
You got a lot of keyboards in your basement, and I came into that band as extra keyboard because Laney recorded so many fucking keyboards that they needed more people on
hilarious.
stage to play them.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm an industrial geek, so whatever. But
Yeah.
anyway,
And I live down the hill from her, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let's just come up and just drive the
I'll
minute,
just
the
push
minute
my
to your
old
house.
kid up the hill.
Yeah.
I'll bring some warm potatoes to keep my hands warm, and then when I get there, I will eat it for lunch.
I'm gonna drive right past the Italian pizza place and get dollar slices every time I go to your house and develop an eating problem. Which is what actually happened.
I actually never ate before you asked me to join this band, and now I eat now.
How will you compensate me for this problem you have given me?
I've inherited this illness. I now eat. Period.
For 1,000 years, I have not eaten, and now I eat. How do you pay me?
Jesus. We'll gobble.
So August 1st, you said?
August 1st. And it's a Schooltree and Geff
Yeah.
and Vitamin Sun.
Vitamin Sun, yeah.
Who is the drummer from Geff, also is the drummer in Vitamin Sun.
Sweet.
Yeah,
They're
also a great band, yeah.
Very cool.
And that's Middle East Up, you said?
Middle East Up. And then there's
Awesome.
a touring band from Nashville called Lines in the Sky.
Awesome.
And they're the
Okay.
ones who were setting it up, and they're super cool. They're like really intense art rock, prog rock, heavy stuff.
Sweet. August 1st. Yeah, so Middle East Up in Cambridge. Yeah.
Sounds like a great show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Be nice to see some heads out there.
Yeah.
Bodies too, even.
I'll put it on my calendar now, and hopefully my entire body will be
Well,
there.
I can get you some heads. I can get you some heads. I can get you some toes.
I got a
Some
guy.
livers.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. I
Hey,
got a
Jim.
head guy.
Hey, Jim, you got anything coming up?
So the Cactus Attack album, still working on that. It's probably not out yet by the time it's there, because I'm moving so slow. I'm probably deleting things as we're speaking.
Jesus.
That'll be out someday. I'm also doing my drum clip a day things. If you want to follow me, Instagram at Metadrummer, METADRUMMER. And I'm also playing for this Bastards band. When are we playing?
right.
August 31st?
That's August 31st at McGann's Irish Pub.
What band is that?
That's Bears for Years.
Nice.
Beers for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on down and get some beers and reel through the years with your pals and Bears for Years. August 31st, McGann's.
That's fun.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not gonna plug anything. It's my
Christopher?
birthday. I'm turning 34.
Yeah, birthday boy. Very Lamar has a new album in the can. We are still in the final moments of mixing and mastering and all of that fun stuff. And I think that is my wife arriving home upstairs. So that's the noise that you guys are looking concerned about. So, yeah.
Do we have to leave?
Nah, you're good.
Christopher, your friend's here.
So, yeah, at some point I will have something to promote, but at the moment I do not.
That string better be intact.
Oh, if you only knew, every morning she wakes me up. Is the string there?
Go check the
All right.
string now.
Have you checked the string? Click.
The String coming to you live.
That was a when a stranger calls jokes for all you old school people out there.
Yeah. I love
right.
that. Love that string. All right. Well, hey, that was King Gizzard's and the Lizard Wizard's Flying Microtonal Banana. And we're Old Men Yell at Cloud. Pete, again, thanks for coming on.
Take
thanks.
it to the bank. That's my new catchphrase.
Yeah.
I'm trying it out tonight.
This has been a lot of fun.
This has been a hoot.
Thanks for
Trying out new things.
Yeah, thanks for
love
coming.
it. Trying out new guitars, new catchphrases. I don't know. I might get something new from McDonald's tonight. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I actually haven't eaten all day.
Speaking of that, I was telling Christopher today, I downloaded Mint because I can't figure out where all my fucking money is going.
Oh yeah. Pff, good luck with that.
So-
I tried that for like a second.
It was like, you spent $93 on fast food this month.
Yeah,
I was
pretty
like,
much.
Oh man, that's bad.
Delete app. This thing's bumming me out.
I'm very sad.
I just get this app. It just tells me like what an asshole I am.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
that.
It was like, you spent $93 on fast food. You spent $150 on alcohol. You spent $250 on restaurants. I'm like, wow, I'm just gonna go kill myself.
It's like, do you want to hang out sometime?
Spent $400 on porn. Internet porn. Get that shit for free, dude. Come on.
That's a big price to pay for that.
It is. I mean, it's the Snapchat premium accounts that really get you. Yeah. So we are Old Man Yell at Cloud. I'm Patrick.
I'm Christopher.
Hi, Jim. I'll see you now.
Good night.
Bye.